me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy. Cause I got this list of my favorite things. You could be the part where it all begins. You could be the first and the second and the third and the rest of it.
Well, hi you guys. Oh my, something just jumped in front of me. How is everybody? So good to see you guys. So everybody made it here. I'm just checking my email one more time. See if anybody else hopped in with art. Live art. I got Larry's. I've got Linda's. I've got Madonna's. I've got Tamara's. No, who's still? Did I get Tamara's? I don't think Tamara. Oh, and I've got a surprise guest for you of art. Woohoo! All right, let's say hi to everybody. I'm going to pull this over where I can see. Oh, man, the crew's all here, you guys. Yay, hi. Hey, Linda is here. And Madonna. Yay, Madonna. Thank you for sending your stuff in. And sorry that I was gone on premiere last week. I had a great time with the grandkids. And that was amazing, absolutely amazing. And then yesterday we had a hoot of a time there were about 11 of us that got together for on Day Island, and it was sunny and beautiful, and boats were going by, and the seals were out there, and it was a hoot. We had a good time, and old time high school buddies. You know, it's funny. It was really fun. Yeah. Madonna and Linda. Let's see. There's Larry and Angie. Hi, you guys. Good to have you here. Isn't it hot? I mean, geez, Louise, it's hot. Bonnie's here. Hey, nice to have you. And Fatima. Oh, my goodness. So good. Look at everybody. There is Angie. Yay. Oh, yeah. I have good friends that are from Hawaii, and they're actually, Doc is on Oahu, but has lots of friends on Maui. And my good friend Barb, they have a place on Maui, and oh, it's just rough. Lots of things happening there. And there, let's say, gosh, everybody's saying hi back and forth. Sounds perfect. It is hot. It is, but okay, so you guys, my sister Patty came over today to our house from Eastern Washington in Moxie to get out of the heat. Yeah, it's only 90 at my place. It's 103 at hers or something like that. Crazy. And much drier heat. Oh. Hang on. Anyway, so today started out with, I did my creative work hour first thing this morning, and then went out and helped Bob work on the deck. So that was all by 10 after 9, he was still working on that so we could get done early with stuff. And then Sarah showed up and to pick blackberries because we have a blow up of blackberries out here. It's crazy. And so Sarah wanted to pick some, and then she decided she really wanted to escape for a while and stay. And since Patty was on her way, she was driving over White Pass, and it took her 5 hours. That was the traffic today, Larry and Angie. 5 hours from Yakima to here. Nuts. And so Sarah stayed, and Patty is here. We had lunch. Bob was off getting lumber and insulation and stuff because I ran out of insulation. I've got to insulate the roof of the inside ceiling still. But yeah, yes. Oh, you like my insulation short? Wasn't that funny? I thought I just have to, prove to people I'm doing this. So it was great. So next is the ceiling inside, which is going to be tricky because I just can't turn my head one way or otherwise might get dizzy. So vertigo but I know which way I can't turn. I just have to be careful. Anyway, as I said, we'll probably duct tape me to the ladder, and then I'll be good. So that's what the plan is. But so Patty showed up today, and she's staying for a few days. And of course, we started drawing after Sarah went home. And so she's been drawing and stuff. And so I didn't have to swipe it. I asked nicely. And because she's the wonderful big sister that she is, I get to show you her Zentangles and her stuff that she's done. And so she's going to be my first artist in our art stuff. So, yeah. Adore blackberries. I know. There's so many. I mean, for the past 2 weeks, Bob's been picking a pint like every morning by just going out there and standing there for 5 minutes and picking. They're finally getting the one, and these are just the ones in our yard, around the back fence and stuff. The ones that the deer can't get to. The deer are getting to the summit, and then neighbors are walking around and getting the wild ones all over the place. But, geez, it's a big bunch of blackberries this year, where last year there were hardly any. So it'll be. Anyway, so we're going to get rocking and rolling because I have stories completely different, not connected in any way, shape, or form. It is makeup class, as I said. But I found, oh gosh, one of them, and I have to read one of them because I have to get it back to McLean and Rook and Rory in Eugene because I borrowed it. Grandma Goo borrowed a book, and so I got to get it back to him because it's one of theirs. Yes, she is. Patty is very talented and creative. So we're going to get rocking and rolling. I'm excited to see what everybody. So Angie and Larry, are you guys back up here? Obviously not down at the cabin or down at the property. Although I just heard from my nephew, he's down in just south of Portland. It was 103 there. It's supposed to be really crazy. Oh, good. Just sent in a preliminary sketch. Did you just now? Okay, that's there. Oh, I got the island. Oh, is it this one? Oh, good, good, good. I'll pull that one in on yours too, Larry. Thank you. Thanks for telling me. Oh, yay. Working. All right, let me move the comments over here and let's go on to... Okay, so this is my sister Patty. Patty Kroger, #1 big sister. I say big sister #1, but she's also, because she's the oldest, but she's also a #1 big sister in so many ways. This is her little Zentangle. And she said she's gotten inspiration from ones she's watched and interpretations of other ones that she's watched on YouTube. So it's pretty cool. She had just, I know, love, wow. Sarah had asked her for some cards for like September or October for her quilting group for birthday cards. And Sarah said she didn't need them till like September or October. Patty brought them over. They're done. Gave them to Sarah today. So that's one of them. Then this is the elephant. I love this one. And you see, oh, you can't see there. See those little birds, those 3 little birds? That's Patty's signature. That's her little on things that she does. So all of her things have those 3 little birds in them somewhere. Almost all things. This one is one that she did. No birds on this one. Pan out a little bit so you can see that one. Okay, now we get into some cool things. Look at the dragonfly. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen these, you guys. Isn't that just amazing? I mean, let me get like Look at the detail. Look at the detail in that, you guys. Yes, I'm a braggadocious little sister. Look at that. Of course, I'm braggadocious about all you guys, so, but, whoa. Then, oh, the lion. Look at the details in that. Go. And let's see. Another one. P. Kroger. Look at this. Wow, what a cool card that would make. Just did another one. Whoa. She blended on some, oh, she added some color on these. Look at the lighthouse. Love it. When things feel overwhelming, remember one thought at a time, one task at a time, one day at a time. It's cute. Then the flowers. Ah, here we go. Kitty on a moon. She did this one the other day, sent this to me. We're almost done. There. Look at that. Yay. Okay, where is my... Okay, next, next we actually have me. All right, you guys, I told you I would show you this. So this is a photograph that I took a long time ago. This is it's just the, it's just the, like on regular printer. You know, it's not my good one. I just did a quick black print of it to get it for my drawing class. And so I did it in two different ways. This way for my drawing class. This was one of my things we had, and this was when I got irritated because we had, was measuring and all that stuff. So it was working on perspective. So I did this one, and then I did it again in something I kind of preferred, and I did it in watercolor, which I didn't measure at all. Of course. So that was fun. This is inspired by my sister to finish one that I had done. And then there's one other in here I wanted to show you guys. Then this was my last piece I did in my drawing class from a photograph that I took. So playing around. I'm not so sure about that. I think I'm gonna stick to watercolor. Yeah. So anyway, that's that. So yay! Line out of the way. Now we're going to Madonna's. Oh, okay. Yep. Let me get this. So it says the first one is, I believe it's this one. Come on. Come on. Where is it? Why is it not showing? Hang on, Madonna, just a sec. It was there. I pulled them in. Why are they not showing? Okay, hang on. I'll do it this way. Okay, this is the flower. I had them pulled in and they just disappeared. This is the flower, is on aged paper and done with a white gel pen, a fine liner, watercolor crayon, and watercolor. I really like that. I really like the depth that you got in it. It's so cool. Okay. Then we'll get the other one. I don't know why they're not showing up the way I asked them to. Hope nobody else is doing that. This is the London Bridge not falling down. She said, with some architectural changes because I messed it up, so I just winged it to finish. That's cool. I'm glad you did that. I love it. Okay. And then the last one is from her garden. It's not art, but something that she does. I have a huge garden and I love to can. I used my tomatoes and onions from the garden to make 18 pints of salsa today. Oh my gosh, Madonna, that looks so good. So good. Yum. I love the color of it. That's just fabulous. Okay. And I don't think I have anything from Tamara. Nope. Oh, hang on. Nope, nothing from Tamara. And then I have Linda's. Yes. So Linda sent this in. Linda, you do this very cool, like steampunk kind of rusted pieces. Is this another one of those manhole covers? Oh, and Lupe's here. Is Lupe here? Hi. And Gail, if you're listening, hi, Gail. Is this another one of those manhole covers, Linda? Or what? Tell me. It's so cool. I love this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that I would photograph up close. Yes, it was a practice piece for the real thing. Oh, yeah. Practice piece? Seriously? Really? A practice? Oh my gosh. I love it. It is so good. Yay. It all to look like it belongs together. Yeah, Lupe has a very good question. She says, how do you get it all to look like it belongs together? Huh? Linda, how? How? Tell us. So well done. Okay, next we go to Larry. And, oh, there. So this is Ross Castle in Ireland. Oh my goodness. That is wonderful. So Linda says you layer them. That's cool. Look at that. I just love that. And the little bit of the sunset or and the reflection, or what is it? Gavin Hardcastle, who I watch, Photo Tripper, the reflexion, he calls it in photographs, but it's so well done. So nice. Wow. And then Larry has a new sketch. He says, just finished a sketch for my next painting. And I'll pull it in. It's coming. There it is. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, yay, Larry. That's going to be so fun. I like this smile. It reminds me of the smile in the Wonky Donkey. Well done. Yay. I'm excited to see that one. Big camel. Yes, it's going to be great. It's so great. A llama or a camel? Maybe. Llama, camel, who knows what we'll have. Oh my goodness. So that's, let's just give a big for everybody. That was kind of lame. Let's see, what have I got here? Yeah, that's it, everybody. Woohoo! Good job on the art tonight. Yay, hey. Um, Let me know if I hope I didn't skip anybody. I think I got everything. All right. So, um, for books tonight, like I said, the first book is a book by Catherine Galbraith, and it's one I borrowed from Bryn's kids because it was a book of Bryn that I gave to Bryn. But it was really interesting because I was looking up, I thought, man, where's my mouse? Sorry. Squirrel. My Catherine, she grew up in Plymouth, Michigan with 4 brothers, 2 birds, 1 dog, and lots of books, she says, and always felt and still do lucky to have so many brothers. She felt sorry for girls who only had 1 or 2. Huh. Yeah, I didn't have any. So that was an important part about where she got her ideas. She's been writing for a long time, and the book that I'm going to read to you guys was done in 1990. And the illustrator is a gentleman named Floyd Cooper. And Floyd Cooper died in 2021. He is most well known for the books that he did on in Black children and those stories and whatnot. He's won the Coretta Scott King Award, the Honor Award. He grew up in low-income housing in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He won the Coretta Scott King Award for The Blacker the Berry. He also, the book I'm going to read you, though, Laura Charlotte, received a Parents' Choice Award. And if you see his work, let me pull up a page here of his things. Okay, really, the only place you really found him was on Amazon Books. So let me show you this. No, that's the book. Let's switch here to screen share real quick. So you'll see in all these books the Max and the Tagalong Moon. I think I read Juneteenth to you guys. You'll see a real style in his work. A Day for Remembering, I've read to you. These Hands. And it goes on and on. Just the Two of Us by Will Smith. Back of the Bus, I think I've read. And Meet Denitra Brown. Did I read you guys Meet Denitra Brown yet? I don't know if I did. Hang on. Because let's just do this real quick. That's by Nikki Grimes, who I have a copy of that someplace signed by Nikki, but I think probably didn't read it to you because I think it's a chapter book. But if you look at the way the illustrations are, he has his cover art, you can really tell his style. And what I found was interesting is this book, Laura Charlotte, is not about an African American child. It's not done in that style, but it's still from early on in his career, but it still has the same look to it and the same feel to the illustrations, this book, Laura Charlotte, and that same tenderness to it that is just so fabulous, and that kind of illustration that really does evoke some kind of feeling and memory. And I think that we'll bring it in, Julia. We will have it for dessert. Julia's. Oh, okay. Thank you. Dessert. Let me go find it. Julia sent something. Julia. Let me just look. Julia Lee. There we go. All right. Hang on. So there's Julia. Okay, you guys, hang on. We're going to show Julia's real quick. I missed it. There. Oh my gosh. Cannot miss that. Look at this. Oh, whoa. Thanks, Lupe. Thanks, Larry. Of course, Julia, we have time. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I love this color combination on this. This is has a very Moroccan feel kind of to it. So pretty, but oh, and look, and here we have another one. Okay, I'm bringing in another one. You just have to be patient with me while I size it down to the right size so people can see. There we go. Look at that. Oh, you guys, we are not done yet. Just got 2 more. Look at this. How do you guys figure out how to put all of that stuff together? That is just a superpower in and of itself. Okay, here comes another one. Oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? It looks like it's on marble. It's like a piece of very... what is that on, Julia? That is so cool. Like it does. It looks like it's on a piece of marble. I don't know. And then this last one she's got. Yeah, we got the ship's anchor. Okay. We'll get oops, wrong. Get these hidden so we can see this one. Look at that. Wow. And all the little cogs and fun things. I mean, talk about. Look at the clock and the north, south, east, west. There's a clock up here. Oh, there's a book that I'll have to think of it and find it and bring it in. It's a one, the Caldecott. But it is like, it's like 300 pages. It's a kid's book but it's half of it is pen and ink or pencil sketches. Oh, I have to find it. I can't remember the name. Blank. But this is gorgeous. Yay! There we go. All right. Woohoo. Okay, we will go back up here to where it was, right there. Okay, and here, oops, she's still there. There. So you see all of his style, like I was saying, Floyd Cooper's style on this. And I just found it really interesting that with this book, Laura Charlotte, that he, early on in his career, that he still had that same style sense and style to it. Let me turn this one off and turn this camera back on so I can read it to you. So this was one of my kids, was Bryn's favorite. Like I said, got it in 91, especially for Annalena and Bryn. Laura Charlotte by Catherine O'Galbraith, illustrated by Floyd Cooper. Best wishes, $6.91. I wonder where did I see her? I must have seen her at a book signing in June. That would have been, unless she came to the school. Can't remember. The illustrations. It says, it doesn't say what they were done in. But I think you're gonna like this. Let me get it just a bit bigger for you guys. So there we go. You get the whole book. All right. Laura Charlotte by Catherine O'Galbraith and illustrated by Floyd Cooper. Laura couldn't sleep. She tried, but her eyes just wouldn't stay closed. Through the open window came the soft scent of lilacs and a slice of night sky. Were the stars out? She sat up to look. "Are you still awake?" Mama whispered. "It's way past your bedtime." "But I'm not sleepy," Laura said. "Tell me a story, please." "What kind of story?" Mama asked. Laura pulled the covers up to her chin. "Tell me the story of Charlotte." "But you already know that story." Mama sat down on the edge of the bed. "You've heard it 1,000,000 times before." "I know, but I want to hear it again," Laura said. "Start at the beginning. Start once upon a time when I was a little girl." "Once upon a time when I was a little girl," Mama began, "your grandma was in the kitchen making a cake, a very special cake, because it was my birthday and I was 5 years old. It was going to be a tall chocolate cake with buttercream frosting." "And pink sugar roses on top," Laura said. "Don't leave anything out." "And pink sugar roses on top," Mama said. Then the doorbell rang and Grandma went to answer it. "There's a present for you," she called. "For me?" I said. "Something for me?" And I ran to the door. There in the hall was a package wrapped in brown paper and tied with red string. Grandma used her scissors to cut the knots. Underneath was blue birthday paper, and under the paper was a white box. And when I lifted the lid of the box, there was Charlotte, Laura cried. Yes, there she was. And your grandma said, "Oh, what a beautiful elephant." I couldn't say anything at all. She was beautiful. She had soft gray flannel ears and a long gray flannel trunk and a tiny, tiny flannel tail. Your great-grandmother had made her from the scraps of her sewing basket just for me. "What are you going to call it?" your grandmother asked. "Charlotte," I said. "Her name is Charlotte." "Because," began Laura. "Because I thought Charlotte was the prettiest name in the whole world," Mama said. And from that day on, Charlotte and I were best friends. Charlotte went riding in the wagon with me. We had picnics together in the garden and played school in the nursery when it rained. We shared afternoon naps and bedtime stories and sometimes even the flu. And at night, we shared Ducky. "Because Charlotte was afraid of the dark," Laura said. "Shh, close your eyes," Mama whispered. Yes, because Charlotte was afraid of the dark. "Once," Mama said, "a terrible thing happened. Cousin Carrie came for a visit and we played hide and seek in the garden, but that night when I reached for Charlotte, she was gone. Where could she be? Had I left her outside, still hiding under the willow?" I tiptoed down the back stairs and peeked out the door. The garden looked shaggy and dark. I shivered. Far, far away, past the lilacs and the daylilies, stood the tall willow. I was afraid to go out without Charlotte. Then I thought, was Charlotte afraid without me? I pushed open the door and ran across the wet summer grass and ran and ran and ran until I ducked under the arms of the willow, and there was Charlotte. I grabbed her up and hugged her. She was wet and, oh, I started to cry. Poor Charlotte had only one ear. Dinah the cat had chewed off the other. But it didn't matter, Laura said quickly, because you still loved her the best. Mama stroked Laura's hair. No, it didn't matter. I still loved her best. And I sat right beside her while my grandmother sewed on a new flannel ear. We were both very brave. But one day, I was too old to play with Charlotte. Instead of sharing picnics and tea parties, she slept on my pillow, safe on my bed. And then one day, when I was a little older still, I carefully wrapped Charlotte up in blue tissue paper and put her away. For your own little girl? Laura said. For the little child I hoped I'd have, Mama said gently. Now comes the best part, Laura whispered. And then one day, Mama continued, I did have my own little girl, and your daddy said, what shall we call her? And I said, we'll call her Laura Charlotte. Laura after her grandma, and Charlotte because it's the prettiest name in the whole world. And then you gave Charlotte to me, Laura said, and now she's my best friend and plays with me. And Mama rubbed her back, and Laura thought about great-grandmother who had made Charlotte from gray flannel scraps of her sewing basket, and Grandma who made the birthday cake, and the little girl, Mama, who ate it. And now me, Laura thought. Circled by love, she hugged Charlotte closer and closed her eyes. And that's the story of Laura Charlotte. My gosh. It reminds me of the stuffed animal that Annalena had when she was little. This story does. She called it Lammy, and Lammy was a crocheted lamb that Bob's Aunt Poodle, who lived in Texas, had made and sent when Annalena was born, and it was this crochet, and Annalena never let go of it. I mean, she worked that thing and worked it, and it was grimy crochet. It was worn. The legs were stretching out. We finally wrote to Aunt Poodle and had another one made. And Bob and I teasingly called that one to ourselves. We hid it from her. It was Agent X. So once in a while we would switch Agent X out for Lammy, you know, Agent X, the spy lamb, so that Lammy could get washed. We thought we were so clever. We thought we were so clever. One day Annalena walks up with Lammy, and she had it in with her fingers and rubbing it, and she goes, pulls it up, holds it up, and says, Lammy stinks. Get Agent X. And she pointed to the closet where we kept Agent X. And we brought Agent X down so we could wash Lammy. Oh man, Lammy sat in a shoebox for a long time, and somewhere along the way, Lammy didn't make it, but Agent X is still around. Pretty funny. So steampunk is a cool genre. Oh, cool. Steampunk wedding. That would have been good. Oh my goodness. Story. Special story. This Poodle. Yeah. I know her by no other name. I never knew her by any other name other than Aunt Poodle. Seriously. She lived in, I think, Galveston. She's, Bob's mom was one of 12, and she was born in North Biloxi, Mississippi. She was the third. She had two older sisters that were twins, and then Nell, and then the rest were younger. Poodle came, and Celeste was the youngest, and there was 20 years difference between my mother-in-law and her youngest sister. And there are, yeah. It was, so yeah, Aunt Poodle. Okay, I know, Aunt Poodle. I mean, you can't make that stuff up. I love it. Yeah, priceless it is. Anyway, that is this book, Laura Charlotte. That is one of the girls' favorite. It goes back and forth between the two because it's, it's a good one. It was for both of them. So the next book, though, that I have, let me get this, is completely different. It's not a sweet, it's kind of a funny little thing, but I think it's a good story for those times that when, you guys are, Linda sent something in when she oftentimes doesn't want to, and she doesn't think, and she did something so beautiful, and it's so inspiring to all of us, and we saw other things, and all of that kind of things. Uncle Boxer, you had an Uncle Boxer? I know, I had a Uncle Leo, Aunt Rosalie and Uncle Leo. I didn't have an Uncle Boxer. I don't know what, Poodle and Boxer, that would be good. I get it now. Hey, oh my gosh. Okay, Fatima, you have to let me catch up. I'm kind of sometimes a little slow there. Anyway, this next book is by Molly Bang. And Molly Bang, she's the author and illustrator. She's the author-illustrator of more than 30 children's books, including 3 Caldecott Honor books, The Gray Lady and the Strawberry Snatcher, 1098, and in 1999, When Sophie Gets Angry, really, really angry, a book about children and anger. So in 2015, Sophie returned in When Sophie's Feelings Are Really, Really Hurt, about another familiar emotion. And then there's this one, When Sophie Thinks She Can't. Was inspired by Bang's longtime friend, Dr. Ann Stern, who teaches growth mindset. An approach presented in this book to teachers. Stern received her doctorate in education from Boston College and has worked in both urban and suburban school systems as a teacher, curriculum specialist, and staff development for graduate course instructors for more than 40 years. So this is, she talks about this. She says, Ann Stern had been a teacher of teachers for many years and a good friend, and we worked together long ago with middle school students in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Last year, Ann suggested that I write about fixed and growth mindsets. As the teachers she worked with were very excited by growth mindset teaching, and so was Ann. Very simply, a person who has a fixed mindset believes intelligence is innate. It's fixed at birth, doesn't change, determines what a person is capable of achieving. People with fixed mindsets believe a task is difficult because they aren't smart or they're not talented, and they tend to give up. But people with growth mindsets believe success can result from effort and effective strategies. When children are taught that we all have malleable intelligence and can grow our brains by forming new neural pathways, they become willing to struggle and persist with challenging tasks. Maybe she's talking about adults too. When Ann taught teachers various ways to develop and nurture growth mindsets in their students, the teachers found their children were far more engaged in schoolwork and more persistent in responding to challenging work. They just really enjoyed solving problems. I say we just replace the word children with adults there at any time. Ann and her husband Ed gave me the basic outline of this story and introduced me to the important research on mindsets by Carol Dweck and Joe Bollier. Most difficult was coming up with a math problem that was short, interesting, appropriate for young readers, and could be solved in several ways. Oh, this has math. Uh-oh. Rachel Mulry, the real Miss Mulry, came up with the problem in this book. Ann and Ed also suggested I begin the story with Sophie trying to make the pieces of a tangram form the shape of a square. Tangrams, if you don't know, are a 7-piece geometric puzzle that were invented in China hundreds of years ago and are now used all over the world to teach math. I loved using tangrams with kids. At first, Well, I'm not going to tell you what happens at first. I'm going to read the story instead. So, no, you didn't spell it wrong, Uncle Snooky. I had a nickname from my childhood, Cookie. See, you know my nickname. You guys all know my nickname is Magoo from childhood. Oh, Magoo, you've done it again. And now I went from Magoo to Goo, Auntie Goo, to Grandma Goo. Well, I was Great Goo too, by my niece's nephew, Great Goo. Auntie Goo, Great Goo, and Grandma Goo. That's me. Anyway, we got this story here. And this is called When Sophie Thinks She Can't. It's a great book. And the illustration. Molly Bang is so good with illustrations. She just has this, her style is this, you see this style, you'll recognize, you'll remember the book 1098. That was a classic board book and everything. So, but her style with this broad outline and it's just so cool. When Sophie Thinks She Can't, by Molly Bang with Anne Stern. Let's see. I want to check something here real quick. Okay. And the illustrations, oh my gosh, this is hard to see when they do this. Book design didn't say. It did not say what she used. Okay, doesn't say what she used. We can guess. Lots of paint. Sophie loves working in the vegetable garden and exploring the woods, but today it's pouring rain and Sophie's inside, trying to build puzzle pieces into a square. Sophie's sister walks by. She moves the pieces and suddenly they fit perfectly. Ugh, I can't. Too bad you're not smart. Oops. Something just happened. There we go. Too bad you're not smart, says her sister, and she walks away. The next day is sunny. Not sunny for Sophie. I can't do anything, she thinks, and she drags her feet all the way to school. Oh, no. What's the one word on the board? Smart. How do we become smart? Asks Miss Mulry. Nobody knows the answer. They all think you have to be born smart. There's Sophie coming in. Flex those strong muscles of yours, says Miss Mulry. All the children flex their muscles. Our muscles get stronger when we exercise, right? When we exercise our brains by thinking hard, our brains get stronger too. Now, we've been learning about rectangles and squares. A rectangle, 4 sides, 4 right angles, opposite sides, equal length, and parallel. Square, a rectangle with all sides equal. Today we'll exercise our brain with a math puzzle using squares and rectangles. But I can't do puzzles, Sophie thinks. I know I have strong muscles. I'm good at soccer and I work hard in the garden. I can't do puzzles. I'm never smart at math. But Miss Mulry is talking. You're going to build a bigger rectangle out of 12 small squares. How many different rectangles can you make? Use the tools at your table or come up with another way. I can't do it, says Sophie. Makes your brain stronger, whispers Paula. Just try. Paula gathers up a pile of square tiles. Think hard, Sophie, whispers Andrew, and he takes a sheet of graph paper. Sophie sits and stares and stares. Maybe she can draw them. Oh, Sophie does draw squares, but her squares are all different sizes. Paula has too many tiles. Andrew's graph paper has too many little squares. This problem is too hard. Miss Mulry is smiling. She speaks to the class. I see you mathematicians struggling. Now's the time to use the most important word. The word is yet. You haven't figured it out yet. Keep working, keep trying, and you will. Paula, Andrew, and Sophie work hard. Paula takes only 12 tiles and builds them into a rectangle. Andrew marks a red X in each square as he counts them. Sophie thinks of her garden. Her garden is a rectangle. The vegetables are in straight lines. And Sophie draws a line with 12 different vegetables on it. She draws squares around the 12 vegetables. Paula, Andrew, and Sophie count their different rectangles. 4 different kinds. But Sophie is worried. Mine's not a rectangle, she groans. It's too long. It is a rectangle, says Paula. It is a very long one. We did it! Meanwhile, Miss Mulry looks at the rectangles the other students have made. 2 and 6. 2 tall, 6 long. 6 tall, 2 wide. 12 long and 1 wide. 4 and 3, 3 and 4, 1 and 12. Oh my goodness. 6 rectangles. You all did it, she says. Smarter. You've worked hard and gotten stuck. You've used the most important word, yet. You've tried and tried again, helped each other, and solved it. Those brains of yours have certainly gotten stronger. Sophie feels the sun on her face. I solved the puzzle. She laughs. And it was a math puzzle. I did it. I can do it again. I'm getting smarter. When Sophie gets home, her dad has a puzzle too. I can't figure out how to fix this cabinet door, he says. Dad, says Sophie, you have to use the most important word. You can't figure it out yet. Can I help? And you know what? They do fix it together. And that's the story of when Sophie thinks she can't. What do you think of that one? A picture of the cake I made for Ian's steampunk wedding. If you oh yes, let me see, where did it go? The picture of oops, that's kind of, it says Julia's still. There we go. All right, let's go back up here. Larry's here, and he sent a steampunk cake stand. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Whoa. Yeah, it wasn't that a great story? I mean, that's just the kind of story that you need to remember, yet. I think we all, I need a big yet stuck to flash in front of me every once in a while. Yet. I haven't figured it out yet. Kind of like doing that perspective stuff. I haven't figured it out yet. I just need to practice more. One of these people who wants to try to get it right the first time. That is super cool. I'm going to make it bigger real quick so that we can see the details. Like, look at that. Oh my goodness. That is so cool, Larry. Super cool dad award goes to Larry. I may. Where did you get the case? Oh yeah, that's a nice case. I need to go back to the drawing board. No, this is just cool. This is just a different interpretation. This is so fun. The case at the bottom that it's standing on, I think is what she's talking about, Larry. It looks like a case. It looks like a briefcase because it's got a lock there and stuff. It's a trunk lid. Or who knows? Maybe so. That could be a trunk lid. That's a good guess, Linda. It's very cool. I really like it. Nicely done. Don't pop their bubble at Larry. It's the top of the green army trunk you restored. Nice. Nice. Excellent. That's so cool. There we go. Anyway, you guys, that's it for tonight. Those two stories, wonderful, wonderful stories to tell you and to read to you. I got to share some of them. I love that. When Sophie thinks she can't, the whole Sophie line, I can remember when Sophie gets really, really angry came out, and it was such a great book. It is still such a great book for that. But I love this, just not there yet. And I think that's a really important word. And, oh, yeah, old Singer sewing machine stands. Those are cool too. It is. All right, you guys. So, this is Monday. I will be back Thursday with story, and I've got a book called Big, and I've got a book called Show the World, and I've got a book called We Are Here, all of which are overdue. So I'm going to try to renew them and have books for you on Thursday and do that. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to put out probably another podcast. I hope you guys are enjoying the shorts that I've got. Maybe I'll do another short of the installation of the insulation. See, I can say it, on the ceiling, and see if we have to duct tape me to the ladder. I'm just kidding. But, it'll be fun. And keep you posted on all that. But I will be back Thursday. And until then, everybody, let's give yourselves a high five. You did it. You showed stuff. It'll be great. Next Sunday, I want to see a whole bunch more stuff of everybody's. Don't forget to put live art in the subject line of the email if you send it to me. So that'll be for next Sunday. But until next time, give yourself a high five and keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you high five yourself. It'll be looking right back at ya. I'll see you next time, everybody. Oh, well, that's not. How did that happen?
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds.
Hang on, I'm gonna switch to something else.
Feel alright, we won't go home.
There we go.
In the heat of the night,
There we go.
we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Ooh, feeling alright. We won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous.
That's far more of a concussion
We
risk
could be
than a ladder.
famous.
In my case, I grew up on ladders. Stilts, not so much.
Blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by